I'm in. Fucking want it. Greetings and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over some tactics and what we've found has worked, because since the last video that I did a couple of weeks ago, I really should be doing a few more, you know. It's all changed. The lights, the lure fishing lights have come on for us. They finally come on. We've got a good run of weather. The weather today is actually blistering sunshine. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's hardly any wind, and the wind is like in our favour for where we are. So all good on that department. Yes, so we've got a few new lures to talk about that have been doing the business. Few new ones, few old ones that have still been doing the business, working for me anyway. So let's get into it. Good times are upon us. So let's get into it. Like I said, good times seem to be upon us at the moment. How long it's going to last for is another question. Probably not long, but we'll just take advantage of it while we can. So basically, after the last video, obviously where I talked about, you know, how we had that run of blanks for ages, and obviously fishing when it's crap, really. I tell you what, definitely I'm not doing it next year. I tell you, I'll wait until it all comes good like this, and then carry on. That'll be the start of the season, because otherwise it's bloody annoying. Do you know what I mean? And funnily enough, because the other night, you know, the run of I've had about 10 bloody good days on the trot, and it's funny when you get to that night, like we went what was it, Saturday night, Sunday morning, we went about 11:30 at night. Now it just, and suddenly I looked at the weather before I'd gone, and it said easterly, but I still went. I shouldn't have done, really, because like a mug, I gets down there and the water's like absolute, just like that. It's like absolute shit. It's like tea, and the wind's blowing in you know, blowing across at us and everything, and the weed was horrendous. The fucking waves were smashing us to pieces. This is where we had been fishing, where we've actually been doing really, really well. But you know, in my opinion, you still have to go that extra mile. If you know, it's not all about just going at any time. I've been going. I still feel knackered now. I've been going first light, first light, you know, right at night, late at night, on the tides. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, like for me, you know, what I've learned over the years. It's funny, you never stop bloody learning. You know, never stop learning lure fishing. I don't think so anyway, because things that I thought, you know, like about tides and slack tides, are just totally gone out the window. I think I've caught more fish on slack water this year, when I always say you don't catch anything on slack water, is it the biggest load of shit. I don't know how I got that in my, whoever I've been fishing with taught me that, because that is absolute bollocks. I tell you, that is bollocks. We've been doing really, really well, and this last 2 weeks have been absolutely, for me, it's been absolutely phenomenal. And my mate Steve Wood, he's relatively new to lure fishing, the sort of, you know, the way that we've fished over the years, and he's been absolutely smashing it. Do you know what I mean? You know, there's been times, you know, at the beginning of the start of the good run, I've been saying, oh, you got to slow your retrieve down, and oh, Jesus, don't put that lure on, and all that shit. Now it's like, fucking hell, hey, it's got another one. Like, hey, Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I mean? I lent him a lure, and, you know, and he's like, caught his PB on it. I said, don't worry, I'll get it back. I can get it back, I tell you. No, I'm only joking. Good luck to him. No, he's doing really, really well. I'm really pleased for him, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You help each other. Anyway, so the first lure I'm going to be talking about, it's not the one that we've been using. I'm going to be talking about And I got into these other ones. Now, the name of the company is Longin. Look, I haven't even taken it out of the box. Now, this is a monster. I mean, we're not going shark fishing. I'll just show you. It's I haven't even taken it out of the box. Look at that. It's a 34 grammer. I don't know why I bought it. I just thought, you know, you never know. A great big lure. Get the right. If it wasn't for the weed around, so much weed, I would actually give that a little bit of a go. So that is a longing. That is a glow. It is a glow. It says it's a glow belly, but I don't think it is. I think it's a glow cheek. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause I think that's the glow bit on the lure. But that that's the longing lure. That's a 34 grammer. That's probably going to cast a long way, and maybe bigger lure, bigger fish. I mean, I don't want a shark, but you know, I might get one with that, mightn't I? Look, you never know. Anyway, so that's the longing. Right, next lure. So moving swiftly on, the next lure is another longing. Now, I got this lure before I got the big one. I just ordered I had obviously ordered a couple more just out of interest. Now this lure, the reason why I bought this lure, I was actually looking for a cotton candy. I looking through all my lures. I thought I hadn't actually got one. I've got one Suzuki cotton candy, but it's a bit battered, you know, when the bloody paint's come off. And I'd seen on a few of the posts on Instagram, and you know, a couple of fish. But you know, it's always good to have a different selection. You never know what's going to work. Now, I never actually heard of longing lures. But anyway, so I was looking through the list of lures on Lure Fishing for Bass and seeing what was coming up, and actually the longing. I looked through the longing and I saw this one, and I thought, oh, sod it, I'll give that a go. And I like the look of the cotton candy. That really shows up, you know, like through the night when it's, you know, pitch black and it's crystal clear. I reckon that would do the business. And funny enough, it bloody well did. The first time I used it, I caught on that straight away. This was like middle of the night. This was different to the scenario where I said we'd been catching all them other fish. But that had worked. Daytime, no, I hadn't caught on it. But nighttime, that was the business. So what did I do? I ended up buying another one. So that was the, I think that's the high pitch 120, I think that is. I think it's about 20 grams. It bloody casts really well as well. I'll tell you another thing about that, look. I was casting down the side of a groin, and funnily enough, when I was right smack back next to the groin, I'd get one. 10 feet that way, nothing. So obviously they were hanging around the edge of the groin. And now I reckon, because of the way the tide was running, I reckon they were all congregating round this bit of the tide coming across. That's what I reckon. Because it's funny, because we had caught on that side, but when the tide had moved round and gone back the other way, we never caught bugger all. And on the other side, there were people fishing, what that I had heard, I hadn't actually seen, absolutely been caning it. And I just thought, well, maybe there's something in that, you know, the way the tide, they're obviously maybe sheltering around there. So that's the high bits right there. The next one, no, I haven't caught on this, is brand spanking new. Because even the hooks have got a tiny little bit rusty already on that one, so should be wash them off a bit better really. This one's called the Franky. This reminds me a little bit like a tackle house feed shallow. Look, oh shit, sorry, he's hooked his mate up there. Look, spindle worm that. Look, glows in the dark. I haven't really been using that. Gets stuck on the bloody bottom, that's why. Yeah, you can see it's a little bit like that sort of style. Whether they actually copied it, but it feels really quite a good weight. I reckon that'll cast. And there again, the cotton candy thing. Now, as for this, now this is no newcomer. This is the IMA Hound Glide, right? Cotton candy again. Now I've got bloody bucket loads of them now. I think I might have to sell a couple on eBay at this rate if I get any more. Anyway, that's the cotton candy. That is the Hound Glide. And the reason why this seems a bit someone actually caught Mr. Neil Creed a £13 bass on a bloody Hound Glide, and apparently, like a lot of his sort of Okay, and that's all they use, is that hound glide. 13-pounder. Another one, you know, quite relatively new to lure fishermen. Really good match angler, but he's getting into it. And 13-pounder, I've never ever known anybody, and obviously there's the picture, to ever get a 13-pounder on a lure. I've never ever heard. It's the biggest I've ever heard. Anyway, good bloody luck to him as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Late at night, you know, he's gone out the extra mile, and that's what happens. You know, could happen to anybody. You never know what's going to come along. Anyway, so that's the cotton candy brigade. Right, on to the next lure. Right then, so we're going back on the surface now, and I'll explain what how it all come about. But actually, talking about the longin lures again, that's actually, it's not the high pitch. That's a bloody zonk, and I don't know what I got. It's actually, that is the high. It's called a high standard. That when they do them in other ones, like a mullet and another one, you know, like standard other lures, like, yeah, high standard. Obviously that's the 34 gram version. I wouldn't bother getting that. Just stick to the smaller ones. I would anyway. Right then, so basically what happened with the how, you know, the surface lures that I'm going to be talking about now is we had gone down at 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning. My missus was absolutely mortified, but I've been doing it every day because I actually lost my job the other week. Perfect timing. Anyway, that's another story. I can still get another one, so it's not a problem. But it worked out bloody blinded. My missus probably think I'd done it deliberately if she'd put 2 and 2 together, but there you go. We'd got down there 2 o'clock in the morning, pitch black. That was when I'd been catching on the longin in the pitch black in the dark. That's why I said I got that cotton candy. Anyway, but what happened was I'd also caught on that bloody spindle worm that night as well, funnily enough. Only the one, and only a little one. But anyway, we got to first light, and we was trying our usual tactics, like the pirate teaser, because that's what I'd caught. That's what I'd ended the blanks on the other session. I said I'd had the 3 and lost 3, so we started using them. I wasn't getting bloody nothing. They just weren't happening. This was as the light had come up. Anyway, it was bloody flat as a bloody pancake. So I thought, I'll sod it. I'll have a go. Why not? I put the Astray on, the bloody IMA Astray, right? Not IMA Astray, the Zorus Astray. I kid you not, I cast it out. Straight away, I had one on. Straight away, got it in. Nice fish, about £3. Didn't think anything of it. Another couple of casts. Bloody hell, bugging me down. Another one. Then it went a little bit quiet. Then what we decided to do, it had gone to right slack water now. We decided to move over to the other side. Sure enough, cast out. Bang, straight away on the Astray. Stevie boy. He had actually, I can't remember what lure it was. I lent him. Oh no, I didn't lend him to him. He actually bought it off me, so we let him off anyway. Had a duo. What is it? Realis. Put it on. Lost 2 crackers straight away. But the problem, what he had done was, I said to him, "Are you not letting your drag off, Jesus?" Because the hooks had come in. The hooks had been bent out. I was saying you got to at least give him a bit of a chance. That could be your fish of a lifetime. Anyway, he'd beaten his PB. And that was I can't remember what he caught his PB on. I think it was that Duo Realis actually. I can't remember. Anyway, so that was that. Then obviously we'd had a blinding day. I think we'd had about 20 between us that morning. Anyway, so next morning, obviously it's work, you know, it buckers everything up, doesn't it? But anyway, because I didn't have to go, so it was great. So I actually went on my own. Now this time when I went down, I went later because obviously I thought I'll catch the tide on the flood, like, you know, because that's when we started catching them the day before. But there was like 5 people down there. I couldn't believe it. I've never ever noticed it. And it's always me. It says you never get people down there at that time of night. But obviously they're taking advantage of the opportunity of the you know, of the conditions, because we just do not get them. So anyway, so I didn't fish there. I still caught one on the estuary again, and then when I suddenly see that they're buggered off, I used the auto walker. Where is it? Haven't got it. Right. Oh yeah, here it is. But this is actually not the auto walker I was actually using. The reason why is because it's probably miles out to sea now. No, it probably isn't. It's probably on the seabed because they actually sink. Now, what had happened was I'd had a few goes, wasn't getting anything. The thing is about that bloody auto walker, it casts absolutely miles. So I thought, oh well, I'll stick it on, just see what happens. There's nothing happening anyway. Flicked it out. I kid you not, it'd been in the water a split second. Bang, I was on. Jesus Christ, straight away. Got it in, unhooked it, put it back, loads of bait fish spurting out of its bloody mouth, right? So I thought, oh, sod it, right, great. Whacked it out there again, as far as I could, straight out there, bang. Oh, fucking hell, can't believe this. Got it in. Took the hook out, cast it again, whacked it as hard as I could, snap off. Bloody line, all fucking exploded off my spool. So what I'd done was, like I've said in the other videos about, you know, you got to watch that little loop coming over the top of the line. Don't know why it does it with that that sharky. I love that little reel. It's light as a feather, but for some reason, what happens is then when you cast out, I just never know. So wanted to get it out there again to get another fish, if the loop had come off and started going up the thingy, and then that, because I'd whacked it so bloody hard, it cracked off. End of the lure. Now, do you think I can get another one of them? I tell you what, you cannot get them anywhere. I've looked and looked and looked, but that was the lure century. I have contacted them, their mechanic lures, to see when they're coming out again. I think it's called the M in that version, not this one. This is a mullet or something like that, but I've not really caught on that one. I never tried. Obviously I never tried. That was game over. I ended up having to go home. So that's your lesson for today. Get on the surface if you can, because the surface lures seem to be smashing them all over the place. And it wasn't just one that was working. I mean, we'd caught them on the Realis, we'd caught them on a Sammy, we'd caught them on the bloody, the gunfish. I'd caught them on the bloody auto walker that I lost, and obviously the estuary. So they are definitely out there. They are definitely out there. So right, moving on. Right then, so that was a little bit about the surface lure fishing. Obviously that was we actually started the fishing off that first night. We went in the morning. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and fished through till through for down to daylight into the morning, first light. And we did that. We did about 4 or 5 tides on the trot like that. Not every tide, because obviously I wasn't working. Obviously a couple of them I'd gone on my own, which was still good, apart from the bloody wind knot scenario. So anyway, now it's all worked the other way. Now we're doing the high tides, and we're starting at probably about 9:30 to fish up to high water, which the first one of the trips is about 12 o'clock. Now I couldn't believe it's just me and Steve Wood. It was absolutely blinding. I mean, we were obviously, the tide at high tide was absolutely slaughtering it through. The only trouble is that was made it a bit bad was the amount of weed. Oh, Jesus, because the building tides, it was getting stronger and stronger every day, but the weed was horrendous. I mean, for any sort of normal sort of lure, it's just like dragging a rake through a load of, I don't know, fucking hay or whatever. Anyway, so what happened was I decided to use the teaser again. I bloody tell you what, this lure's got to be my lure of the bloody year already. I mean, we've still got months and months to go, but I can't fault it. I mean, this is obviously the one done most of the damage for a week. I mean, we must have had about 70 bloody bass between us, you know, in the short periods of times we've been going. They've not really been long periods. Anyway, this is the one that's been doing the damage. I had to borrow a hook off Steve because I'd run out. Anyway, but the thing is, this time the bass were absolutely battering the lures. I mean, they were coming back all twisted up, all battered. All this bit had been ripped off, the body had been torn. And I've never had that before, not with these. Anyway, we got some other ones. We got this. This is the newest one. I mean, I haven't actually used this one yet. It's ready to go. Like I said, the last time we went, we walked into a bloody easterly. Should have checked the weather, but there you go. What a waste of time that was. So that was another one. I reckon that might be quite good in the daytime, actually. Different sort of colour. That's like a pearl. Obviously, that's pure white. And there's another one. Look, I might put my own solder around it to give it a bit of weight, because of the tide. You know, I think you need it to keep it down near the bottom. But like, they don't get snagged. I tell you, I put a Savage Gear sand eel on that's absolutely great lure. Fucking snagged up straight away on that. So that's why I love these lures. They don't really get snagged up. You don't get nowhere near as much weed. And also, they don't cost very much. You get 4 in a pack, obviously. There's that here. I've showed you the other ones. It's always this little baby one as well. A little tiny little thing. I don't know what the size is, but haven't actually used it yet. But nice little weighted hook. Remember in the last video I said about them hooks that I thought were too shallow, why I was losing the fish? Nah, it's nothing to do with that. Because I've had loads of fish on that actual hook that I said what I thought was costing me fish, and it bloody well ain't. It's nothing to do. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Just, you know, it's the way it goes. Anyway, so basically that's about it for this video. Nice fish from another bloke round our way, Mr. Gary Weeks. That's a bloody lovely looking bass. If you can see it, obviously see it in the picture. That was about 58 centimetre, I think it was. The colours of that fish are absolutely amazing. So bloody well done to him. That was off the surface as well. And that's about it for this video, I think. I mean, obviously I'll obviously try and put some live. I tell you, just a couple of videos. Just a quick couple of videos. This is just on one of the nights when Steve Wood, he was filming with his camera. I mean, I haven't filmed because I would normally leave the card at home, or I get down there and the batteries and fat. But this wasn't the whole thing. It was just, you know, the part unhooking the fish with obviously the pirate seducer's battered. So have a little look.
No, he's all right, mate. That's on the teaser. Oh, come here. Yours might be what? Come on, son. There you go, off he's gone. He's not a bad size, mate. Oh, come here. Oh, how can I help you if you're not going to do it? Help me. Get the hook out. Go on, off you go. Fucking hell, smash my teaser to fucking pieces.
Right, so that's definitely the end of the video. Oh yeah, just quickly, there's a black one as well. Look, another bit of solder around it. I've got plenty of hooks now though, don't worry, I've restocked up. That's the black one, another addition. There's loads of other colours as well, but don't really need them anymore because we're pretty stocked up. So that's the end of the video. Plenty, you know, if you've got anything to say or any comments or anything, make sure you leave a little comment below. Be interested to know your thoughts, especially if you've had any luck with these. I mean, Jesus, they've just been absolutely brilliant for us. And that's it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give a little thumbs up if you liked it, and that's it. See you in the next video.